a small fund
Hmm.
of $1 million.
One.
Yeah, 1 mil. They will go to then you take a founder.
This is
Random guy.
okay.
Just leaving high school, genius kid.
Okay.
Wants to build a startup.
Okay.
His parents want him to go get a job, just have a direct salary. He wants to build a startup.
Okay, he doesn't want to go to the UG. He doesn't want UG.
He can't afford, unless he gets a job, he won't be able to afford a house or his food. So it's too risky to go build a startup. So that's where we come in. We provide this alternate path where we cover that. He's good.
He's good with the basic amenities.
Correct. His life is covered.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to worry. He has no risk. We can even give a stipend, like payment on top. But rather than paying him to be an employee of a certain business, we're paying him to be a founder. So our fund is investing in pre-founders, basically. You know how they do pre-seed? We're converting people who otherwise wouldn't become a founder into a founder through the more resourceful path, which is just covering the absolute basics. Then, if we imagine your average 1 million fund may invest in around, say they invest in a company valued at 10 million, they put $1 million in, and they get 10% of one company, one founder. Well, what can we do with $1 million?
Okay, 1 second. So rather than, we are doing the million in this, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And 10% we are getting it just for using these amenities. This guy is using these amenities and then we are getting like out of it.
So further than that, this would be a fine-based model, but I think it deserves more selling and more mentorship because this is essentially a startup college in a sense.
So, we can't really go for high school kids.
No, it'll be graduating.
Yeah.
College.
Yeah, undergrads you can go for.
Yeah, people who want to drop out.
Yeah, who want to drop out. I mean,
Yeah.
they are the potential people.
Yeah, we're helping people drop out.
Yeah, and then we are helping people drop out.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
we help people drop out. That's a good tagline.
We help you drop out.
We help you drop out and drop in.
And found it.
We help you drop out of the rat race.
And found it.
And what?
Found it. I mean, found it as in found a startup or something.
Oh, and drop in to the big leagues.
Sounds like the initiation of McDonald's.
In and out, drop in. This is a Timothy O'Leary quote, actually, from the psychedelic Renaissance. So, our total cost for this guy, let's say, is $250 per month. Right? This deal for someone, like, take for example me. When I came up with this idea was when I was in college wanting to drop out, where I would have taken this. This is sort of like taking Thiel Fellowship, making it cost a lot less than $100,000, risking it less, and also making it convert to positive capital. So, that second step, we also should provide graphics, web dev, a little bit of venture,
Okay,
like
so-
mentorship.
So, there's a central team. You can call this a central team.
Yep.
This comprises of all the
This is like a scalable co-founder that
potential,
helps.
you can say, potential people
Yep.
who will help in building this particular
Correct.
startup. There are, let's say, 5 different kind of startups. So they mentor each of them
Correct.
with the tech knowledge they have,
So it's extra value add.
business and strategy, sales and marketing.
Yep. And that makes us more like a venture studio.
Yeah.
And so rather than taking just 10%, this can range. It depends on where it's a case by case basis.
Let's say it will depend on the revenue multiple of the current quarter.
Yep.
Revenue multiple it will depend on. So let's say the revenue multiple is 20x, we taking 15. If it is 10x, taking it and ranging upon the revenue multiple.
And then on the highest scale, we may have this central team do more work. We already have an MVP. We just need a visionary founder to take it forward. we essentially pay them to become a CEO, and we say, you can either go work at your job, and you're gonna make
200 grams.
200 of rupees,
No, dollars.
$200,000 of the CTOs. That's if someone's really good at, like, I think, like recruiting and shit. But there's good engineers, because I've hired them, who you can pay $1,000 a month.
That's in India.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, but if you see in US, you have to pay.
Well, that's why I came to India.
80 to 100,000.
Oh, 100%, but that's why I came to India.
Yeah,
It's
I
because there's
get
a lot
it.
more opportunity here.
Yeah.
And more resourcefulness. And now it's a global economy, right?
Yeah.
So we're smart for being here. This is a win.
I mean, India is currently moving forward to a
And it'll probably help our company convince other people to join to do this path. Because I'm white, so it's good that there's some racism.
and then take this to US.
Yeah, if it works here, then yeah, for sure. Raise over there, start a startup college.
Or, other countries in Asia, such as Philippines.
Right.
Philippines is also somewhat similar to India, having good.
I just came from the Philippines.
You
'Cause I
just
was-
came from Philippines.
Yeah, because I was looking at setting this up there. I didn't like the talent as much. It's less intellectually. It is intellectual in Manila, but Manila actually isn't
They're
that
good
much of a
in they're good in
better.
mundane work actually. They're
What's
good
that?
in-
They're less techy.
Mm,
Good with
they,
graphics and everything.
they don't want to apply brains much.
Yeah, different culture, more lazy, honestly. Yeah.
They are good with the same sort of work you give them every time.
Yep.
And pay them good.
Yep. Less founders.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm here. You're right on top of it though. The further path is, if I was given the opportunity, like for example, my oldest brother, absolute genius. He went and worked at Subway, though, when he was 18, because it's just you have to go get a job. What if you paid someone that same amount as they would get working at some dumb job, but you pay him to be a founder, and you say you're also going to own 25% of what you work on? In that case, our company is having 75% of a startup, and we're paying maybe $300 or $400 per month. That's an insane.
I mean,
Potential.
It's more like we are taking a bigger risk. Very, very high risk is involved in this. The risk is very high.
But we need one company out of 100
Yeah, just like
to do well.
I mean, if you look at the.
It's just a better. What we're any company, any venture fund is buying the resource of founder potential. What
Yeah, I
we're
mean,
doing is we're
We're
optimizing.
looking at a success rate of 2%.
Sure.
So I mean, out of 100,
Which I think we can increase.
we can, out of 100, we are looking at just 2 companies.
I think we can increase the success rate from 2% to 20% by having this central team help.
Yeah, I mean, this can obviously improvise. I mean, VCs don't work like that. They'll just mentor you. That's all they do.
Yeah. But let's just zoom out and go back to the original killer metric, which is the fact that if a company invested $1 million, they get 10% of one company, one founder potential. I think we can create that 10% from, how many people does this get for $250 a month, or how many months do we get in a sense? The cool part is our risk ratio per person after 1 month. So we just spent $250 housing and feeding this guy for a month. What's their trajectory? Are they moving? Did they do nothing? Okay, they're done. We lost $250. That's it. They're moving forward. We'll reinvest $250. It's just so resourceful compared to the founder who's like, I'm worth $10 million. So total in it, per year, we have $2,400, $3,000 per person, which allows us to have 333 people. Meaning off your 2% metric, we would have 6.66, well, we don't like that. We'll say 6 to 7 people. Can't have split people. Who are the successes
Yeah.
off that million?
And
Which
50% bet will be on the people. Interview process, I would say.
Yep.
I mean, that's the maximum bet we are taking, and this is the riskiest thing to do.
And I think with a bot on some of these recruiting networks, I mean, this is what I did before on a Philippines site, it won't be hard to get, like obviously getting a bunch of people is key. But we also don't need to scale that
Let's
fast.
develop a thing called risk taking potential. This is a qualitative metric just for the peers. This metric you should develop. An algorithm or something. This is something we call it RTP, an internal thing. Let's develop this. Because this is gonna fetch us this and this. If you know the risk taking potential, I mean, after a certain point of time, he might, train on it, like, okay, I can't take pressure anymore, so I'm
Right.
going back next. Something like this we should work on.
Right. So we could also prove this model by doing a few case studies ourselves.
Yeah, definitely.
Which-
That's what I mean. Initials will be discrete.
And I already have the foundations of some things set up for founders to run. In fact, the real meta thing to do here would be to hire someone with this model to run this model, to like be the recruiter of Startup College.
Yeah.
And so that's why it comes back to the idea of
I mean,
where do we build this?
For now, we can take help of third party. Like there is one company called Interview Vector. They
Called
take
what?
it. Huh?
Called what?
Interview Vector.
They like interview people for you?
Yeah, you have to pay them per interview.
No, we'll just. I mean, interviewing is a part of good content, honestly.
You should do it yourself.
Yeah. Especially if it's going to be kind of a close working relationship early on. You want to
Probably you can do for like 2-3 people initially.
Yep.
With Interview Vector, how they do.
Yeah.
If it works, then initial screening can be done, and then you take the next round.
Mm-hmm.
Things like that should happen.
Yep. One of the cool ways that this funnels back into the whole Socialverse thing is one key portion of Socialverse that I want to build is right now obviously mobile video is the way that people love to consume content. So like scrolling on TikTok. But right now, the applications like WeFund or Start Engine, all the crowdfunding applications, they are all horizontal based. It's not good mobile friendly. Most internet traffic is through the phone. So combining the TikTok experience with one of these Start Engines, and you scroll, and then you can double click on your
Yeah,
phone,
but
and you
then-
can just click a button and invest.
Yeah, I get it.
Having this internally for us means we can put our companies at the top of the algorithm for people to invest in. The companies that these people are working on.
Okay, so one guy I had talked to, I can't name him, obviously, some reason. So what he was saying, if I'm onboarding new users, I'll be giving them 0.01% of the shares of the company. Some users,
Yeah.
the initial users, let's say 100 initial users.
Yep.
So this thing actually gained some sort of traction for that guy. He was doing a fintech sort of startup.
Yeah.
So this idea can also work.
Right. This is more of the. This is done a lot more with tokens these days
Yeah, correct.
because it's a lot easier to manage a cap table in that sense rather than
Definitely.
putting out 100 different vesting agreements. And it can be programmatically done in the smart contracts.
I think then we should do Bangalore and Gurgaon both.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it comes down to. I think people will move to places.
Yeah.
The only question I have in my mind, I know for sure that people will move wherever this thing's set up. So from that perspective, it's pure cost. It's like, where can we have it be $100 a month? Because I want to feed people really good. I want them to have a good space, and I want them to have a gym. I want the full stack amenities, so it's sexy lifestyle.
So if you let's say for a moment, the non-Indians will actually prefer Gurgaon, no doubt.
Non-Indians?
North Indians,
Mm-hmm.
like you can say from Rajasthan till northeast, they'll prefer Gurgaon definitely.
Why is that?
I mean, it's closer to their house. That's how things work sometimes. But then South Indians will prefer Bangalore. I mean, I have seen people denying jobs just because.
But I feel like we're being very biased in our decision making here because we're just in Gurgaon right now, and you're just in Bangalore, and we're just kind of selecting those as these are the best places,
Yeah.
which coincidentally could be true. But I feel like we're being very biased in terms of kind of saying that, okay, this is the two places that are best.
Okay, I mean, Gurgaon still works. I mean, this is actually a good hub for it as well.
I'm saying maybe not here, maybe not Bangalore. I don't know the area. I'm just trying to make sure that it's, from my perspective, I try to eliminate biased decisions that are not like fully optimized. And I feel like we're here, so it's easy. We never want to take the easy path first.
I mean, yeah, let's do in Gurgaon first. Then let's see how the traction is there. I mean, potentially people are there. A lot of them.
Let's look at something.
I mean, that's a totally the last case thing to do. I mean, that's the last thing you need to think on, the place.
Why is that?
If you have a good model, you can work at any place.
What's that?
If you have a good model, you can work at any place.
Right.
Okay.